In this video, I'm taking you along to Marquess Burnham Provincial Park, an old-growth forest that's bursting with fall colors. It's the perfect place to break out the landscape lens and capture the beauty of the season. So, grab a snack, a warm drink, and join me on this fall adventure. I was out here a little under a week ago, and the colors weren't that great. There was still a lot of green in the trees. I come back out today, and the colors are almost gone. I don't know how I missed it. I've been trying to time this perfectly. Don't get me wrong though, the colors are still fantastic looking. First thing I want to do is turn around and try to shoot this bend. Okay, let's get the settings dialed in first. I'm gonna shoot 200 ISO. I think that's a pretty good dynamic range for this camera. Up the f-stop, f6.3. I'm always getting shots like this, just straight tunnel vision shots, which are really nice and a lot of fun, but I feel like I take the same type of photo every year. So in general, I've just been trying to think of composition a lot more in my photography. I can't help it. While I'm looking for landscapes to shoot, I'm also keeping an eye out on some of these broken trees and the tree cavities out there for owls. Last time when I was out here, I could not pick what to focus on. There was tons of birds jumping around. So then I get the 200 to 600 out and the birds are gone. So, you know, it was like this back and forth of me being really undecisive. Just doing my due diligence on another tree cavity there. Oh, right here. Kind of offset it a little bit. Then I'm having my leading line come out from this corner. It's hard, I want it to lead into the middle. I want to be more conscious about my composition, but at the same time, it's kind of really tough to get a full grasp. I think you just have to kind of feel the image. It has to feel right, and then it'll just work out. So I'm trying to not worry too much about it and just have fun, experiment, and just take photos I like. This is the short trail turning left, and I want to go right and go through the rest of the woods. But first, I think there's some good leading lines down here I want to capture. Oh, that looks pretty. Honestly, my landscape photography, whenever I get this lens out, I'm always shooting f2.8. And then I end up with a lot of out of focus elements that don't actually make sense. So I'm hoping that f6.3 is a good choice. There we go. That's a little bit closer to my idea. I might like that photo, we'll see. Okay, the chickadee's just mad at me. When the chickadees start chirping, you never know what might be watching you. I don't think it's enough chirping. Usually other birds will get involved if there's a bird of prey around. So, here's another one. The lighting looks nice right now too. Maybe I need to shoot it backward. Oh, right here. We got a nice wind. Don't know if I can do this. Okay, I don't know if that worked. My idea here was the trail is coming off from the left, it winds over to the right side of the image, and then comes into the center. And I think I somewhat captured that, but on this little screen on the back, it's really difficult to tell how visible the path actually is. Maybe for that shot, I actually need to stand a little higher so you can see the full perspective of the path winding, because if I'm too low, it'll just look really flat. I'm just so used to wildlife photography wanting to get really low to your subject and get that eye level shot. Doing landscape photography like this is always an experiment. Okay, I don't want to go that way because I don't want to end up in that part of the woods yet. We got to make our way around. But over here, oh my gosh, this goes right back to the parking lot. So this is completing the small loop of the trail. But the colors are going to be awesome. I almost could have used this as like the finale when we come out, but oh well. There's just a shot in mind I want to get. Oh, here we go. So turn the lens a little bit more. Now I've got the path coming in from the left. Maybe I'll try a high shot, higher angle. See if that does help. But I'm going to continue up ahead a little bit further. Whew, colors are nice here. What about okay, tried an oddly high up angle looking down. Not typically my choice of composition, I guess. I'm using that word a lot. Okay, yeah, so that is the end of the path that way. We're gonna skip the path that comes up here on the left, continue straight all the way through until we get to the big forest. All right, back on track. Just a straight on shot, pretty boring, pretty normal, but the colors will be gorgeous so you can get away with anything. But we got some bends here. I kind of like that. This is where I was a little bit mind blown last time because I haven't explored these trails since I was a little kid. And I had no memory of this part of the woods being so impressive. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay. Does this not scream owl forest? The only thing I'm missing out in these woods is water, like a small river going through. A lot of owls like that, so. And there's tree cavities everywhere I look. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust our exposure in here. Try f4, 250 ISO. We'll go with that. See what kind of shots I can get. This does not look as good on camera, but I really like the forest floor up ahead. Whenever I'm in the woods during fall, the leaves kind of pool up under some trees and it looks so good. But how do you make that look good in a photo? It's so difficult to capture what you see with your own eye sometimes. Which is why I think I gravitated towards wildlife photography so much, because every wildlife photo I capture isn't exactly something that you can envision with your own bare eye. So like every photo you take isn't something you usually see on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if that made sense, but oh my gosh, just stop for a second. Watch all the leaves flutter down. Whew, it's gorgeous. Also, gorgeous shot. It's kind of a nice shot too. like I've been saying all video, just finding the compositions that make for a good landscape image in the chaos of the forest where things usually don't line up perfectly. It's tough. So I do hope some of these photos have been turning out pretty good. I think I'm overthinking it, and I just got to keep enjoying the day. Ready to get back to it, and I think I'm going to try to look up for some of those classic treetop composition. Those are always a lot of fun. It is epically beautiful out here, isn't it? Now we can get back to it. I might have had enough of landscape photos, honestly. I definitely think it's fun, but I'm ready to get back to some wildlife. You know what I'm realizing? There's a lot of big nests in this forest, like squirrels' nests. And I remember researching great horned owls and how they like to steal nests that suit them, that fit their needs. So I do wonder how good this park would be. Is this the kind of forest one would live in? Well, I'm going to start making my way back. My brain has ran out of topics to blabber about. Oh wait, I actually do like this shot with all the fallen trees. Wow, it's really chaotic. I don't know if that could be a leading line. You've got one log that goes straight across to the right, then this log goes straight across to the left, and then that last one kind of goes straight, but over to the right. So it's like this huge zigzag leading line. Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. We got both those trees to come in from each corner. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I'm just trying to look for things in the scene to draw the eye in. But again, that's really tough in the woods with things just everywhere. I haven't done a really low angle yet where like the leaves are really the main center of attraction. I'm on an old tree here that's completely like, the earth has taken it back essentially. I think part of the reason that I'm not liking these photos just yet is because on screen it's pretty flat, but my own eye is seeing so much warmth glowing from the forest floor, and then all the yellows up in the air. Like, it's just everything in general is a lot warmer. So I think it's a mixture of the fact that I shoot auto white balance, so I'm not matching the white balance to what I'm actually seeing, and also I can factor in the fact that I tend to underexpose my images and then turn up the exposure after the fact. So until I get home and really get a good look at these photos, it's almost demotivating, worrying that not a single photo is going to be awesome. But it's all going to come down to the editing process. And I'm not going to blow any of this way out of proportion or by any means. But I think with raw files, you really do got to bring it back to what you remember, what you saw in the moment. Like this right here, I don't know if it's coming across on GoPro or not, but it's just like this huge vast forest, super warm colors, everything is beautiful, and then this is just bleh. This tree right here, how about this shot though? A little bit of a tunnel vision shot. So close. Before we wrap up, I wanted to share some of my favorite shots from the day. Starting with a couple of extra images that I took when I returned later that evening, looking for owls. A lot of my favorite moments actually came from the second half of the hike, once I entered that older, lower part of the forest. As for the owls, well, I'll be honest, the search hasn't been very successful. But don't worry, I haven't given up just yet. I've been exploring a new forest where I'm hoping to have better luck spotting these elusive birds. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, why not check out some of my other content? Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.